So in my last video, I almost ran 20 minutes. So I guess these videos are going to be longer than 5 to 10 minutes. Sorry about that, but once you get on a subject, there's just so many things that you want to say, that you want to get across. So, all right, I guess 20 minutes of your time. Trust me. I, I I'm I became a social media um, I don't know, maniac. I could stay on the phone and I watch video. I started watching videos on Facebook and TikTok and just I mean I I caught myself watching videos for hours. Stupid. I mean, it is what it is, and it all has a purpose. Trust me, it all has a purpose. But just some of it is just, I guess, I don't know. I can't say unnecessary, but I guess the necessity of it to me is to realize how much time, I guess, we, that's consumed. We consume so much time and things that I guess we could spend it differently, but it is what it is, and they're doing exactly what they should be doing. It ain't always for that person. Remember, when something happens for a reason, no matter how horrible it might be, or however you want to look at it, sometimes it's not for you to understand. And lots of things are not for us to completely comprehend. But it does have a purpose, and it does have a reason. And sometimes that is not, I mean, for you per se, you might look at it as a bad thing, but the purpose is meant for somebody else, meaning uh, we are all connected. You've heard this before. Believe it or not, I'll give you a for instance. So, I'd say about 8 years ago, my my cousin, my aunt, uh, didn't have children. She decided to adopt. So she adopted a child, and he was at the time when we got him, when she brought him home, he was 3 days old, uh, a newborn. And all right, my grandmother, being old fashioned Italian, was completely against that. She brought him home. She says, "Can you watch him for the weekend?" And that was it. After that weekend, you could not go near this child. My grandmother completely forgot everything she said because a child is a child, a baby is a baby. Innocence is uh, uh, we look at anything as a baby as being innocent, no matter what it is. And that was it. He became a part of the family, rightfully so. And he lived a privileged life. His parents had the means to do anything for him that he wanted. He got anything he wanted. Monetarily, I guess. Maybe that's not what he was looking for as much, but monetarily, cars, uh, jet skis, boats. They lived on the water. I mean, he was living a good life. He got involved with drugs, and you know, I guess it got the best of him. There was something in him that he might have been lacking. You know, I mean, she didn't tell him he was adopted till he was older, which I think you should tell them young, let them know. And I think I might have set him off a little bit because, yeah, I guess when you're, when you are adopted, you kind of think, you think of lots of things. First of all, you might be thinking, oh, why did my biological parents not want me? Why did they not want me? What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. I mean, but this is the way the mind thinks. And you have an urge sometimes uh, to want to know, them. And I don't know. I think it might have affected him, and with the drugs and all that stuff. Because again, when we start doing drugs at that point, naturally, you got to remember, the mind is naturally. Um, we grow up in a world where we think everything's so horrible, and life is so hard, and why does life have to be that hard? And it's a test, and it's this, it's that. Is it really? Well, this is something again we're going to look into. Uh, this is part of the social reality that we've constructed in our minds. And this is part of what makes us who we are and make us act the way we do. Is part of growing up believing that life is a struggle. Life is, something that you have to, drudge through. And, and not everybody feels like that, but a lot of people do. A large majority of people. And unless you have like a house, so you have a house and two cars and all of that, and a good job. And a lot of people who have that are still not happy. Look at some famous people who had everything, everything. Robin Williams, you know, uh, the guy was funny, made people laugh, had millions of dollars, famous, all of that. Anthony Bourdain, the guy literally had a job traveling the world, eating and drinking. He was unhappy. These people killed themselves. Okay. Trust me, to kill yourself, there's a lot of unhappiness there. And again, this happens on a regular. If you don't think it does, and you think that you know, uh, over exaggerating, no, no, then I don't know. Then maybe these videos are not for you. Maybe you're not ready for this. That's okay. It's all right if you're ready or not. That's fine. It doesn't affect me in any way. It's okay. It shouldn't affect me. And like I said, if it doesn't affect you, well, that's fine. I mean, you're not ready. It's great. But you have to remember something. These things do happen for a reason. Again, so now let's get to he was 24, my cousin. 24 years old. He had already OD'd a few times, which I didn't know about. And so he was in his house with his parents, and at the time his girlfriend was there. He went into the bathroom, and he did heroin. He OD'd, and he was there for a half hour in the bathroom. Nobody knew. It was the middle of the night. So when they found him, they called the ambulance and so on. They revived him, and he spent a week in a coma in the hospital. We went to go visit him, and we were all there, and it was, very heartbreaking, naturally. Um, and so they tried to, he was in a coma, and they said that he was brain dead. But there was always a chance, so they had him on like a bed that's like a cooling bed that cools down and keeps your brain and stuff, the inflammation down or something like that. Not too sure that the medical things of it. So they started to heat, I guess, to bring his temperature back up to see if there was any brain activity after a week. And so it took, I guess, about 24 hours to do. And lo and behold, there was no activity. He was brain dead. So the only thing that was keeping him alive was the machines. So at that time, they had a choice. Keep him like that, which I mean, I guess was you know nothing great, or take him off life support. And 24 years old. Hmm. An hmm, outgoing, beautiful child. But again, so the answer was take him off life support, which they did. And the doctors asked if, asked his parents if they would like to donate his organs. And I didn't know they were going to say yes, but they ended up saying yes. So he was able to donate four of his organs. And it was very difficult at that time. And, it was a difficult time. And as time went on, you try to make sense of something like that. A 24-year-old healthy person gone. Why? What, you try to make sense of the whole thing, the whole aspect of it. And I finally realized that it happened for a reason. These reasons might have been affecting me, might have been affecting his parents, it might have been doing lots of things, but it happens for a reason. And I thought about the four people that received organs from him, and he might have saved four other lives. And those people might have gone on, because you don't know where they go, you don't know who they go to. But those people might have gone on to do other things. Who knows? I mean, other maybe great things. So his great thing, or, I mean, it wasn't his choice, but in a way, when you're doing drugs, it is your choice. I mean, granted, sometimes it's not your choice because your mind is just, you're always searching for the next high. I got that. I know that. But him saving four other lives. I mean, who knows, who those four people were. It could have been a family, it could have been a father of children, it could, anything, you know. But so it did have a purpose. I mean, we all have a purpose. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. Even if your life is, you know, fairly mundane, you don't think that, my life's no different than any other. And it isn't in a way. But we all have a purpose. And sometimes purposes can be made better. Your purpose, I mean, if you're out there spreading peace, you know, well, like I guess like I am, maybe this is my purpose. I don't know. This could be my purpose is to make these videos and get to you. I don't know, maybe make you realize that life is actually a beautiful thing. I mean, I got to that point where I was walking around, smiling all the time, like stupid type smile, like where they think that you're like, loony. But and my mother was like, because you really look at life. I mean, I glimpsed that there was just, my daily prayer was. My daily prayer was like when I was just driving around, I felt connection to everything and everybody. But my daily prayer was like I used to look at like the earth and the sky and I mean the beauty of it, the trees. I mean, if it wasn't for oxygen from trees in the ocean, we live off each other. You know what I'm saying? Remember something. Mother Nature is the true mother. Remember something that your own mother who gave birth to you can never give you the one thing that the earth, Mother Earth, can give to you, and that is a breath. And that's why breathing is so important in meditations and yogas and stuff. Breathing is very important, but can never give you one breath, not one breath. Your own mother can never give you that one thing that the earth gives you every second of every day, continuously. And we abuse Mother Earth, take advantage of her. We never realize the simple things. If you really want to learn about yourself and about us in particular, you have to start looking at nature because nature tells you all about how you should live. Think about that. We'll get into that a little bit more. But that's just one story. But again, this is how I got to where I am. It was a very long journey. Again, my journey is not over. Continuously experiencing stuff, just like you do. And it's better than you realize. That's the thing, is to get down to the nitty gritty. And I just gave you an example of how someone could die at such a young age, but it happens for a reason. There's a good to it. There's a good in everything. There's a reason for everything. And you have to realize that a lot of these things are not as bad as you think they are. And a lot of people hold these past experiences forever. I mean, especially, well, we'll get into that, but I mean, I know people that used to continuously tell me the same stories 10 years. Really? Like, we got to hear about this every time for 10 years. Or every time they're feeling down, it's because of that story, or that's why they're depressed. It's literally insane. The human mind is insane. I hate to tell you. Look around. We'll get into that too. I mean, I don't want to say, listen, all the great things, the amazing things that we've done in this world, buildings and technologies and everything, it's amazing. In the same breath, we've made killing easier. Atomic bombs, machine guns, tanks, missiles. So, yeah, we build these incredible, beautiful things, and at the same time, let's make it push a button and kill 1 million people. So, yeah. And I take a lot of this, this is not my, uh, a lot of the stuff I say, you will hear it other places. I mean, you want to get into psychology. I mean, Nietzsche and Freud, and there's so many guys. But the next video, I'm going to give you a something that you should listen to, and it's very interesting. tape, and I'll give you the name of it next time and where to find it. I get, well, audible.com or whatever. I'll give it to you now. But the Four Agreements. Some of you might have heard of it. Some of you didn't. But I listened to it a lot till I understood better what it was trying to say. But the Four Agreements is an excellent way to start to understand more about, who we are. Because remember something, Native Indians and stuff like that, you got to think about it. They had a much better idea and respect for the earth, for Mother Earth, than we do. They didn't feel, that's why they sold us these lands, $14 trinkets, because they had no concept of owning land. You used it and borrowed it. You were borrowing it from Mother Earth. It was supplied to you. You couldn't own it. You can't own land. That's a European thing. That's something that the mind made up to own stuff. Anyway, the Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz. On Audible, you can actually listen to it, which is great. I really don't like reading that much. I like listening to stuff. I could bring it in the car with me. I could bring it wherever and listen to it. I must have listened to it 100 times. And you slowly understand it better and better. It gives you a better, uh, it gives you more of a native concept. Years gone by without too much, with too complex now. It's not, it's so simple, but yet we make things way more difficult. Now we're at 22 minutes. Okay, break time.